last few weeks, I've felt a burden of personal responsibility, not about the company, but about what's going on in America. I mentioned to a few people this morning that I just felt like we should come together and provide some opportunity to discuss this as a group of people. And I've had people say to me, you know, Howard, that's not a subject that I think you should touch. The issue of race relations and what this could turn into. If we just keep going about our business and ringing the Starbucks register every day and ignoring this, then I think we're, in a sense, part of the problem. But I don't feel, candidly, that just staying quiet as a company and staying quiet in this building is who we are and who I want us to be. As I said, I don't know where this will go, but I don't have much more to say. I want to open it up to anyone who would like to share, anyone who wants to make a comment, or anyone who has an idea about what Starbucks Coffee Company should or could do.
I have two boys, and I had to explain to them as of late what are they seeing on TV and how they should behave. The current state of racism in our country, it's almost like humidity at times. You can't see it, but you feel it.
There's some newscasters that are then saying, well, why don't white lives matter? What about black on black crime? And it seems that that's almost pushing the divide a little bit further. And so I think just a point to bring up that I'd like to see is as we look towards what are the solutions that we can bring, I personally believe that this is all lives matter and we need to elevate everyone up to the exact same point so that we are really all equal.
I'm very touched, moved, and inspired by this conversation. This is why I joined this company 10 months ago, because we have the courage to talk about the things that matter for humanity.
It seems like we have these incidents and we talk about race relations and then it dies away. It's so deeply rooted. I think it has to be a purposeful, programmatic, ongoing thing.
And one thing that I've always thought was interesting is that while I'm from what's considered a very diverse community, there still is quite a bit of segregation in our city and in our country.
It's not only us talking about the big things and these huge issues, but it's us sitting down one-on-one with people and talking about what are the things you teach your kids? What are the things when you sit down around the family dinner table, what do you talk about?
In the past couple of weeks, one of the things that's really heartened me about what I've seen is the folks who are stepping up to stand up are the next generation. It's high school students who are walking out of high school. So whatever we don't get, they get.
Hope and education bridges that gap too. Police officers need that hope, and they need to be able to educate the public on what their training is, because at times it looks simple not to shoot first, but it's actually not how they're trained. So I'm not justifying. I have no opinion. I have a lot of education today, which I'll walk away with. Very proud to be a part of a company that will have the courage to start the dialogue.
We have a chance to learn from the partners who are living that experience every day. And how do we take those lessons back and share both here inside of our organization as well as throughout the country about what we can do to better support our partners during social crises like these.
One thing I tell you is we're not going to stay quiet and ignore what's going on in the country. We're going to find a way to thread our values and our sense of humanity into the national conversation, and perhaps we can have some positive effect on the national discourse.
And this is the forum to start that and to say, hey, I may not agree with you. I may not understand you. You may not agree or understand me, but I have value. You have value, your perspective matters, and we will hash this out in a safe space.